wanted to thank the Lieutenant Governor and our state officials for coming down here as we kick off our relationship with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts by entering into this compact. It is a example of one of the best practices that we are trying to encourage in Somerset. We're going to be measuring the performance of our operating departments. We're going to be benchmarking similar type communities, and the goal is to be more efficient, to ensure that our tax dollars are spent wisely, and ultimately be more competitive in the ability to attract businesses to remain and locate in Somerset. And we are excited to get started, and we thank you for your support.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here along with Representative Haddad, who I had the opportunity to serve with in the state legislature. We served in the same class as freshmen, and it's great to be able to return to service as Lieutenant Governor to work alongside of Representative Haddad. I'm just coming to know the chair of the board here and started my public service, as did Governor Baker, as a selectman in my hometown. So we really appreciate the work that you're doing on the local level and as the chair of the Board of Selectmen, so thank you very much. And of course, I have the pleasure of working with Joe Ferreira every Wednesday, as he is a member of the Governor's Council, and I chair the council for the Baker administration. And it's great to be able to come here to your home area, where you served for many years as the Chief of Police, and now to be able to continue your service and your role as a member of the Governor's Council and to join us today.
Thank you.
I'll turn it over to you for additional comments, and then I'd like the representative to speak as well.
I will thank you and the Governor for offering this to us. This is a great opportunity for the town of Somerset, and hopeful that we can at least show that some of our processes that we have enacted have been working fine, and improve wherever we can find deficiencies. So this is encouraging, and it comes at a good time for us. We have a new town administrator who brought this to us a month and a half ago, and it's going to be a great opportunity for the town and to see where we're at and to benchmark our services.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And I do want to thank Representative Haddad and our colleagues in the legislature who have worked very hard to establish a great budget for fiscal year 16. Obviously, really making a strong commitment in local aid as well as school aid. And we are really happy that the administration can work alongside of our colleagues in the legislature to maintain that commitment to our cities and towns. We recognize that you're on the front lines and you need the resources to be able to deliver quality services to the residents and the families and the businesses that are here in the community. So I just want to thank Representative Haddad for really stepping up for your hometown area and doing a great job in completing the budget with us.
Thank you. And you are, it's always wonderful to be with you. We worked very hard together on education issues, so you know that it is a very strong commitment on our part. But also, this is a great opportunity to thank the administration personally. I know the governor had a lot of pressure to veto an amendment that I put in, and for him to allow us to at least be eligible for the money from the Reggie Fund. There are not enough ways to say thank you, so please convey that to him. I think I'm going to get to see him later this month to say that personally.
Well, thank you for your leadership. This is a community that is struggling to diversify its tax base, especially with Brayton Point coming offline at some point, and the reduction in tax revenue from the power plant is a significant budget issue for you. So your leadership in filing the amendment and the $3 million allotment, we're very pleased and happy to support with you.
And I want to thank the town. This is the second community in my district to take advantage of the compact. I'm hoping that all will, but it's a process. So we hope that everybody will see the value. All of my communities will see the value and realize that it's a great opportunity. Because it's never about one of us. It's always a team, and it has to be the team of the locals, the state, and combining with our federal officials. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Representative Councilor.
Well, thank you very much for coming down, Lieutenant Governor. I've been awed by your administration and how helpful you've been to the council Anything from making sure that we have fair representation on certain boards in the state. People that I've known been interested in your staff and administration has been incredibly responsive to helping people get made notary publics and justice of the peace and things like that. So I just want to thank you. Thank you for coming down. Thank you again. As a very good representative Haddad said about the $3 million is phenomenal to this town. That was incredible that the administration saw fit to see through her bill and sign it. So it's really nice that, for a lot of years, people sometimes thought the Southeast was not thought of that well in Boston. And it's good that you're here and good that, we're promoting this South Coast region. I know this afternoon we're going to go to a couple of businesses and continue that. So I just want to say thank you very much.
Well, that's a good segue to what brings us here to the town hall. This is Governor Baker's very first executive order relative to the community compact. As I said earlier, both of us started our public service as selectmen in our respective hometowns, and we realize that the work you do here at Town Hall with the team that you have is really how people feel their quality of life. You are on the front lines when people need their services, and you've got to deliver. And so we wanted, as an administration, to make sure that we're reaching all of the communities across our Commonwealth. There are 351. And each region of our state has unique assets and also unique challenges. So through the compact, we can get to all communities, no matter what their size is. In fact, the prior administration did a very good job relative to gateway cities, and we want to build upon that success. But while the cities are important to nurture and help grow, so are the rest of the communities and the smaller communities, like a Somerset, that sometimes doesn't rise to the level of being able to achieve some of the statewide grants that can be available for infrastructure development, planning, for parks grants. So that's why this compact is so important. And I wanted to congratulate you for being the 7th community to sign one of the compacts. So let me just tell a little bit about the program. The program is intended to establish a strong relationship between state government and local government. And we feel that there is a mutual agreement that we all need to come to this compact with. First of all, the state needs to be a strong partner in being able to deliver the resources that you need to do what you do. That's local aid, that's school aid, that's Chapter 90 funds for your roads and your sidewalks. That's making sure that mandates are funded, not unfunded, because those can really destabilize your budget. And on your part, we're asking communities across the state to achieve better and best practices to be able to best serve your community. And we feel by raising that bar, raising those standards, that through better government we can build stronger communities across our Commonwealth. So we put together a program and a menu of options for best practices for you to consider. And I'm very pleased that you want to be able to look at your budget and demonstrate to the taxpayers here in Somerset that you are budgeting efficiently, stretching those dollars, and delivering quality services, and then be able to have data to prove to the taxpayers and the businesses that you want to attract here that you have a well-run management team here at Town Hall doing your work every single day. So as part of this compact, our agreement is to provide you with the technical assistance and the grant funds that we were able to obtain through the budget. Thank you very much. So that you can set up the performance management that you need to have here as part of your budget process. So that is the best practice that you have chosen. We applaud you in choosing to do that, and we will work with you to help you achieve it. And as a benefit of signing this compact, you get what we call bonus points. So you place Somerset in a more competitive position when it comes time for the state to consider Somerset for, say, a MassWorks grant, which is infrastructure funding for an economic development project that you might need, or a housing project that you might like to see, or a parks grant, or any statewide grant that you feel can help Somerset, build, develop, expand. It will place you in a more competitive position to achieve those funds. So I want to thank you, applaud you for being part of this and for seeing the significance in best practices. I also want to say that you will stand as an example to perhaps other communities in this region or even in the Commonwealth. When they see Somerset achieving this best practice, they may say, well, we want to try to do that too. And it just sets a very good high bar, high standards, and you'll serve as a strong example to others to emulate. So with that, I'd like to present you with the compact, and I will sign it along with you as chairman of the board. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
for the opportunity.
Joe.
Congratulations. And we're happy to take any questions that you might have.
Just wondering what sort of specific help Somerset will get from the state as part of this.
Okay, so we have basically our cabinet, our resources in-house. Our employees, our staff, our experts within state government are available to consult with you. So we can act as consultants, and we can provide funding for this community if you need to hire an outside consultant or vendor to establish the performance management system that they are trying to achieve here in Somerset. We will provide you with those dollars for the program to be initiated. We have funding available for the Community Compact program. There's over $3 million that were recently approved through the state budget that is specifically directed toward the programs that we are approving as part of the Community Compact. And as I said, Somerset is the 7th community to have already signed. And some of the communities have signed up for different best practices. Some are looking for capital budget plans. Some are seeking ways to make their municipal government more energy efficient by changing out lights to LED type of lighting. Some are looking at finance plans for their capital budgets. There's a whole menu of best practices that you can search through at mass.gov/CCC. And if there's not a best practice there that you're excited about, you can come up with your own. And working with our team, we will approve it if it makes sense. And then we will fund it or provide you with the resources that we have in our state government to achieve it.
So this would be a consultant type, you would be looking at a performance audit.
You might want to speak to that. You
Yeah.
may need to hire a third-party vendor to help you with this if you feel the state resources aren't sufficient for it.
Yeah, it really depends upon the level of detail we find that's in the operating departments. We'll certainly be working with the Collins Center. They have a series of performance measurement initiatives. I think it's called StatNet, and they've been working with local governments for a long time. And there's also the International City Management Association has their Center for Performance Measurement. I know there's a cost to be involved there. And as part of those programs, there's a training component. And the training component helps the department heads understand what the type of data they should be looking at, how to capture it, and then putting it in the format that we can duplicate each and every month, and then develop a way to view it, a dashboard or a chart or some way. And then the second part of that is to, and probably a third part, the second part is to start benchmarking with similar jurisdictions in the Commonwealth and maybe outside the Commonwealth to see how our service levels rank, our efficiencies. And then, as I was explaining to the Lieutenant Governor, ultimately to get involved in some research in the community to test not only the numbers that we have, but to test those numbers against the impressions that our citizens have of the level of services that they're receiving.
That's great.
Madam Lieutenant Governor.
Yes.
What can communities that have not looked at this program yet expect to find? And is there a limitation to those communities? In other words, is there a population limitation? Is there different size for that community? You know, what really is the expectation of this program
Sure.
for each of the communities?
Well, our expectation is that all of the communities, 351, sign a compact, because we want every community to be able to achieve best and better practices to deliver quality services to their residents in their hometown areas. And so this compact program is available to every city, every town, no matter their size. So everyone is eligible for it. So there is no barrier to entry. And we are seeking everyone's input. We've offered some best practice ideas for them to consider. It can also be a regional activity if like-minded communities want to come together and enter into a best practice for a regional issue or concern. You can also do it that way as well. But there is no barrier. It's open to everyone. And again, it places the communities in a more competitive position for the larger statewide grants that they might like to bring to their community.
Thank you.
Is this,
What other towns locally have done this?
Oh, we have, there are over 25 that have applied, but the first 6 that signed are Agawam, Attleboro, Dracut, Gardner, Newburyport, and Worcester. And Taunton has applied, has been approved, and will be visiting Taunton soon for a signing relative to their best practice.
Madam Lieutenant Governor, what sort of grants do these cities become eligible for once they sign on?
I'll give you an example that's a very popular one, is the MassWorks grant. Now, MassWorks is a grant program administered by Housing and Economic Development. It's often a grant that's needed for infrastructure improvements to support either a commercial development or a housing development, which are important assets relative to economic development in any community. A parks grant is also a quality of life type of grant that brings amenities to a community that also enhance quality of life. And for instance, at MassDOT, the Complete Streets grant to help downtown Main Street areas to and make it a more attractive area for smaller types of businesses that need to locate in areas like that. Those are 3 examples of statewide grants that are available to all communities. But if you sign a compact, you gain extra points and you become more competitive when the grants are awarded.
Question.
Yes.
Is this here going to be something that's going to continue year after year?
Yeah.
This particular type
Yes,
of grant
this
or
is-
this particular program? So
Yes.
down the line, once Somerset has got their budget the way that they want it, can they sign up for an additional, different
Yes, I like your
Okay.
thinking. In fact,
training?
any community is eligible to sign up to 3 best practices, and there is a 2-year time period for the community to complete that best practice. With our assistance, with our support and interaction, we'll continue to stay in touch to make sure that the community achieves the best practice with our help. We want to set communities up for success. And when they are able to complete that 2-year cycle, they can apply for another best practice thereafter.
Thank you.
Someone may have already asked this question, if they did, I apologize, but are there costs that are incurred if you start applying for different things or start taking advantage of benefits that come with this?
Well, certainly there are several ways for the state to help the community achieve their best practice. One of them is to utilize our cabinet secretaries and agencies and the resources embedded in state government to help a town like Somerset achieve their best practice. Or we have a technical assistance fund through the Division of Local Services that is also available to communities to achieve their best practice. And then the third opportunity are the budgeted funds for this program. There are $3.6 million available should a community like Somerset need to secure an outside vendor to help them achieve the best practice. We will pay for that service through the $3.6 million. Thanks to our legislature, we were able to obtain for this program.
Is there a pass-fail, or does this get Is it like CALIA for the police? Is there some sort of review at the end?
Yes, there is. It's a very good question. Again, we want to set the communities up for success and achievement of the best practice. Sean Cronin, who is a 17-year town administrator for the town of Brookline, is our commissioner for the Division of Local Services, and he is the individual that will make sure that we are providing all the support for the community to achieve their best practice. And he will be checking in throughout the 2-year period to make sure that the best practice is achieved. Sounds like fun? Did you have any questions, George? Okay, great. I want to thank you all very much. Thank you for participating, and congratulations again for being the 7th signer of our compact. Okay.
Thank you for moving the furniture.